We've all been there. We've all built a farm in Minecraft, but the second it's done, you just stop and think, what am I supposed to do with all of this stuff? Like, you've got chests filling up, items coming in faster than you can even use them, and for a second it feels good, like you're actually making progress. But then that feeling kind of fades, and now you're just standing there surrounded by all of this stuff with no real reason to use any of it. I was close to hitting that moment the other day. I built this gold and bartering farm and it was producing everything. Gold, blocks, random items, just nonstop. And it looked great, it worked perfectly, but then I was just standing there thinking, what is any of this actually gonna be for? What am I gonna use this for? Because the farm works, and it works really well, but after that, there's kind of nothing. And I started realizing I don't think the problem is the farm, but I think it's what happens after you build it. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that it isn't just a one-time thing. This is kind of how we play. It's how we structure our worlds. We'll build a farm, get it working, and watch everything start coming in, and then for a second it feels like you did something big, and you're gonna be having all these new great ideas with all these new building materials that you might have, but then almost immediately you're on to the next one. Another farm, another system, and another thing producing more stuff that you don't really have any use for yet. And it started to turn into this loop where you're not building these things because you need them, but you're building them because it feels like progress. Like, as long as something is producing more, you feel like you're moving forward. But when you actually stop and look at the world, it's just farms, storage, systems. There's no real connection between any of it. No reason for it to exist other than it just works. And I think the weird part about this is that on paper, everything looks right. You know, you've got farms, you've got lots of resources, and you got systems that are working exactly how they should. Like, if someone looked at your world, they would probably think that you're doing everything right. But it doesn't feel right, because none of it actually means anything yet. And all of those items coming in, all of those chests filling up, they don't really have a purpose outside of just existing there. And I think that's where things start to feel off, because Minecraft was never really about just having things, it was about what you do with the things that you have. And when you skip that part, when everything you build is just to produce more, you kind of remove the reason those items mattered in the first place. Like, gold isn't interesting until you turn it into something. Blocks don't mean anything until they're a part of a build that you actually care about. Even something as simple as a farm only feels satisfying for just a little bit, because once it's done, there's nothing really pulling you back to it. There's no connection, no follow-up, no reason that it existed beyond that it works. And that's why you can log into a world and have everything that you possibly need, but still not really feel like playing, because you skip the part where the game actually happens. I mean, if you logged into a world and had everything that you need, you're basically logging into creative, and a lot of the time, that'll ruin motivation. And I think that's where something kind of clicked for me. The problem isn't that I built the farm. It's not even that it produces too much. It's that I built it without ever thinking about what I was actually going to use it for. Like, I treated farms as the end project when really it should have been the start of one. Because all of those items coming in, that's not the reward, that's just the supply. And once I started looking at it like that, everything kind of felt different. Instead of asking what farm should I build next, it became, what do I actually want to make with what I already have? What do I want to use these blocks for? What do I want to use these materials for? And that changes everything. Because now the farm isn't just something sitting there working, it's connected to something. The gold and blocks from this farm could actually turn into builds, it could turn into systems and decorations, something that actually shows up in the world. And suddenly, it's not just a machine anymore. It actually has a reason to exist. So I started looking at everything this farm was giving me, and instead of just letting it pile up, I'm gonna actually try and do something with it. Like the gold. Instead of it just stacking up in chests, I could use it for bartering, for building, even just using gold blocks as part of something that feels intentional. And all of the random stuff from bartering, blocks I normally wouldn't even think about using, it kind of forces you to get creative. because now you're not just defaulting from the same materials that you use every single time. You're working with what your world is actually giving you. And that's when it all started to feel different. Because instead of the farm just sitting there in the background, it was feeding into something. Like everything started connecting. The farm leads to materials, the materials lead to the build, and the build actually gives your world something back. And even the farm itself, once you know what it's for, you start thinking about it differently. Where it's placed, how it looks, how it fits into everything else. It stops being this separate machine and it starts feeling like a place of your world. And once I start actually using what the farm is giving me, the whole thing is going to feel different. Because now it's not just building something, let it run, move on. It's connecting stuff. It's connecting the world together. The farm has a purpose now. The materials have a place. And the build actually means something. Because it came from something that I made. And I think that's what I was missing before. It wasn't that I needed more farms or more resources, I just needed a reason to use what I already had, because a farm by itself is just kind of a machine, but when it feeds into something, when it actually becomes a part of your world, that's when it starts to feel like Minecraft again. And here's the thing, you don't need another farm. You just need a reason to use the one that you already built.